Guys, welcome back to Ricky Wins Again. I wanted to touch base with you guys. My sub contest is over, and I actually did the randomization on random.org, but I put that on a separate video. I did it on my phone and uploaded it, and it's processing now. And I'm probably not going to post that on my channel. I'm just going to post a link to it in the description so you can go and look at it there. I uploaded it straight from my phone, and it's sideways, and I tried to fix that with the enhancements on YouTube or whatever, and it says it's processing that now, so I don't know if it's going to work or not, so it might be on its side, but I think you can still tell who the winners were, and you can tell if your name's on there and whatnot, and see the whole list and everything. But the winners were Puff Bear 359. I don't know, I know he was going to be away from YouTube for a while, but I did send him a message already, and he responded, so I guess it's, at least he's checking his messages. Looks like he's on board. Matt Blank won, and the big winner was the Big Country 33. And I've talked to those guys, and they're wanting to know where to send their cards already, so that's great. I'll be responding to everybody's messages that won here after I do this video. I'll let you guys know where to send the cards and everything. And all you guys are going to be responsible for is just sending me the cards, and I'll take care of the grading and sending them back to you and everything, so you don't have to worry about anything else. When you do send them, if you send them in top loaders or whatever, this is what I put mine in. So the Card Saver ones. And if you don't have any of these, that's fine. I've got some. I can move some. I can move your cards into them and put them in there, no problem. It's no big deal at all. But I like to have them pretty uniform when I send them in, so they're all lined up properly, and pretty anal retentive about that stuff, I guess. I don't know. But just to reiterate, it's cards 1955 to present, under $100 in value, and basically what that means, it's just for insurance purposes only for the most part. I wouldn't send in a Willie Mays rookie card regardless, because they're gonna, when they send it back, they're just gonna insure it for up to that amount, and if something happens in the postal office, if they lost it or whatever, you wouldn't get what the card was worth back to begin with. So the most expensive card I'm actually gonna send in is a 92 Donruss Elite Rickey Henderson. I think it books for $50-60, and that's what I'm gonna put it at. I'm not gonna put it any more, any less, or anything like that. I think I paid $20 for it or something like that, but I'm probably gonna just put book value. And that's a safe bet to be, if this card gets a 10, it's worth more than $60, but I don't think it's going to get a 10. So again, 1955 to present, under $100, and the card thickness, and this is a pamphlet that they send you when you register for PSA and become a member. Excuse me. The cards, I don't know if you can see that or not, thicker than approximately 1/16 of an inch must be submitted on a separate submission form. I'm not doing thicker cards on this one. I don't actually have a lot of game used memorabilia or thick cards or anything like that. I haven't gotten into that part of the hobby yet. I've got a few, but not a lot. So the cards need to be under 1/16 of an inch. If not, this is what they send them in. This is the holder that PSA puts their thicker cards in, and they're horrible. I mean, they're so big you can't really store them or anything. This is a regular size, and that's but I don't really know why they do that. I really don't like that. I don't think BGS does that. They have thicker holders. But anyway, yeah, I'll be getting back with all the winners, and the link for the video will be down here. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Congratulations to everyone who won, and I appreciate everybody who subbed. I think I got like 20-something subs, and that's awesome. I really appreciate it. And I think what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go through, I usually do this whenever I do a submission. I've only done one or two, but I'm going to go through and list and show you guys which cards I'm going to be submitting. And these cards, a lot of these aren't worth a lot at all, but I do participate in the PSA set registry, and there's 880 cards in the Rickey Henderson Master Set Registry, and this is just a cheaper way to add to that. Even this is like $1 a card, maybe at the most. If it were to get a 10, it'd probably be worth. It'd probably sell for $20-25. If it got a 9, it probably wouldn't sell for anything, because just 10 is just what you want to get. But usually what I do, I'll go through what I'm sending in, and my wife, she always likes to participate a little bit. She's not here, or I would, let her do it herself. But I've got a list of what I think the grade's going to be, and she goes back and looks at them and tells me what she thinks they're going to be. So that's pretty cool. So the first one I'm going to send in is a 1985 Fleer Update, Rickey Henderson. It's off center a little bit, top to bottom. I don't know if that's going to affect it too much. I've got some more that are off a little bit top to bottom, and they've gotten 10s, so hopefully it falls within the restrictions of PSA. I think it's going to get a 10, but my wife Melissa thinks it's going to knock it down to a 9 because of that centering issue. Everything else on it looks pretty slick. Another one I've got is a 1989 Fleer Update. I got on a kick where I was trying to get all the Fleer cards for Rickey Henderson, and then I realized that there's not a set registry for that, but I've got most of his Fleer in a PSA 10 or 9 or 10, mainly 10s. But I want to send this guy in, and I haven't seen it come up for sale anywhere. I think it's going to get a 10. My wife actually said a 10 too. 1983 Topps. I've got the base. I don't have the record breaker in a 10. I don't have it in a 9 either, so I'll be sending that one in, and I think it's going to get a 10, and my wife said a 10 as well. And this one I think I bought the other day in a 10. This would go towards my Topps basic set, and I'm about 60% complete with that set. I'm going to have to look back and see if I actually bought that one, and if I did, I won't be sending this in, but I said it's going to get a 10, and she said a 9. 93 Topps, 25 50-cent card, but if you got a 10 on this, you'd get 10 to 15 bucks for it easy, just because it's graded a 10. And these are 84 Fleer stickers. I've never seen these things come up, and stickers are hard to gauge what they're going to get. I've got some 10s that look just as good as some 8s that I've got. I don't know what it is that knocks them down. I really don't. These look great. I mean, they've got full gloss and 4 sharp corners, and centering is great. So I'm not sending anything in that I'm not going to think is going to get a 10, except for a card or 2. But I said a 10. I'm sending 2 of these in, 84 Fleer stickers, and my wife said 8s on both of them. I think, yeah, she did. So she thinks they just look dirty, which I think it's just the coloring of the border. So I don't know. 92 Donruss Elite. It's a great looking card. I actually bought it from a guy, and he had the serial number on the back. They're serial number to 7500, which back then this was a tough card to get. I never did have this card, and I want the 91 Donruss Elite as well, but it's a tough card to get in a high grade. But anyway, the guy posted this up, and I bought it, and it had a different serial number on it than what I got, and he posted the exact same card up with the same serial number that was in the previous one. So I said, I was like, what the hell? Why are you posting the same card that I just bought? And he's like, well, you're not getting that one either. He didn't specify in the auction, so what can you do, So I was really kind of scared to get it, thinking it might be in crappy condition, but it's actually in great condition. It's centered well. The only niggle is a little. This corner's got a little bit of a bend to it, just a tad. You can barely tell it with the refractive cover on this thing. And it may just be the refraction. I don't know, but it's a great looking card all around. And I think it's going to get a 9 just because of that one little corner. Everything else looks good on it. There's the surface and everything. But my wife said what did she say? I think she actually said a 10 on it. She didn't see that corner, I don't guess. 1982 O-Pee-Chee. This is a tough card to get, especially in a high grade, and I really don't think it's going to get that high of a grade. It's got some issues on the surface right beside Rickey here. I'm still going to send it in anyway because it is centered pretty well, and the edges and the corners are really nice, so I'm hoping to get an 8 or a 9 on it. I said an 8, my wife said an 8, so we'll see what that comes back as. I'd be happy with an 8 actually, though. There was a 9 that sold a few months or a month or so ago, and it went for 30 or 40 bucks. Then I'm going to send in some cards just to hopefully get some high grades on and to turn around and just sell them and maybe buy some more Rickeys. 1990 Topps, Ken Griffey Jr. I was a few months ago. I actually bought a whole box of these things because I hadn't busted old stuff since I collected back in the day. So I bought a whole box of these things just with the intention of actually getting some high grade 1990 Topps, and that's what the majority of these next ones are. But King Griffey Jr., I'm thinking a 10. My wife said a 9. She may be right. We'll just see. And these are cool little cards too. These go for 10, 15, 20 bucks and a 10 as well. The 1992 Topps Mini Micro or whatever. I got the whole set for $4, and I was really hoping to get some really well centered Rickeys out of it, but all of his were all jacked up, centered, and everything. But I said a 10 on that, and my wife said a 9 on that. So she's pessimistic. Tony Gwynn, and if this gets a 10, I might keep it for myself. I'm a closet Tony Gwynn fan. I've always liked Tony Gwynn. When him and Rickey played together, that was just, I loved it. And he was really a great hitter. Just love Tony Gwynn. This great looking card, it's centered well, 4 sharp corners. The surface doesn't seem to have any issues. So I'm saying a 10 on that, and my wife said a 10 on that as well. Barry Bonds, 1990 Topps. I actually got a bunch out of the box or whatever. But I'm saying a 10. My wife said a 9. She didn't give me any reasons, but wish I'd have asked her now. Staying on the Hall of Fame kick, here we go. Not that Barry Bonds is going to the Hall of Fame. I don't know. I think he deserves it, even pre-steroids, but you never know. Dennis Eckersley, love the egg. I'm a big A's fan. You can't tell by the hat, but I'm a big A's fan. I said a 10 on this one. My wife said a 10. Andre Dawson, going with the Hawk. I said a 10. My wife said a 10. Bernie Williams, not Hall of Fame, but definitely, a really, really beloved player. The only issue with this card is it's got the centering on the back isn't just the greatest. It may still fall within the standards for the back of a card for PSA. I might relook at this one because I said a 10 and my wife said an 8, so I might relook at that one just to make sure. I might send in something else. Randy Johnson, the big unit. Back's got a little centering issue on it too, so I may decide to send another card in other than that. So I said a 9. My wife said a 9. Big Hurt, Frank Thomas. Back's a little better centered on that. I was always a big Frank fan. Then he came to the A's for that a year or two or whatever, and it was really cool to see him in an A's uniform. But I said a 10. My wife said a 9. It's got, I don't know, looks good to me. And then a friend of mine sent me this card a while back. I'm going to send it in for him. It's a 93 Topps Gold Derek Jeter, and it's in pretty good shape. He's had it for a long time. I said an 8. My wife said a 9. I think the surface had a little bit of issue. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it will come back a 9. It's got decent centering. I don't think it's 10 material, but it's definitely 8 or 9 material. So we'll just have to see whenever that comes back. And man, this video is 13 minutes long. I'm rambling on like an idiot. Okay, but that's what I'm going to be sending in for the most part. And like I said, congratulations to the winners. And I'll be replying to your messages here shortly. And I hope everybody's doing well. And you guys have